These are the deadliest substances in the world, so be careful. So 2 gallons of water in a few hours is enough to intoxicate and kill a human, while roughly 30 beers or 6 bottles of wine is enough to kill a human on the alcohol side of things. 1,200 milligrams of caffeine can be enough to get you into cardiac arrest, which is the equivalent of about 60 cups of tea, 45 cans of Coke, or just 15 cups of coffee in a single sitting. Sugar can prove deadly, although it'll take about 5 pounds to take you out, and then salt is significantly less with about 30 grams or 4 tablespoons to do you in. Vitamin D is the deadliest vitamin, which is ironic because most people are deficient, and death cap mushrooms are the deadliest fungi, which is as little as half a cap to prove fatal. In order of lethal dose, rattlesnakes, then wasps, then pufferfish, then black widows, and then box jellyfish will do you in with just a few milligrams each, with the deadliest poison from any type of living organism being the mycotoxin, which actually comes from marine plankton. The deadliest known element is polonium, the agent responsible for killing a former KGB spy in 2006, but finally, the deadliest known substance on Earth is botulinum toxin, otherwise known as Botox, with just 10 millionth of a gram being enough to kill an average-sized person. These are some world records that you didn't realize existed. So the most toilet seats broken by the head in 1 minute belongs to Kevin Shelley, who did 46 implementing this smash and go strategy, while the longest time balancing a lawnmower on the chin belongs to Ashrita Furman, who did it for 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Ashrita also owns the record for most marshmallows caught with chopsticks in 1 minute with 25, and the most eggs crushed with the head in 1 minute with 80 eggs. I feel like both are beatable. The fastest time to eat a raw onion belongs to Yasuka Yamaguchi in 30 seconds, while the fastest time to eat 3 cream crackers belongs to Ambrose Mendy, who did so in 34.8 seconds. The largest assembly of people simultaneously brushing their teeth is 26,382, while the most people simultaneously dancing is 33,861 in Mexico City during an organized event. The most tennis balls in one hand is a whopping 26 by Francisco Toledo, and finally, the fastest time to eat a banana without your hands belongs to Tom Wales, who took 20.3 seconds to complete this. I feel like that's easy to beat. What are the odds you survive these situations? I remember hearing that most people who get struck by lightning don't die, which is kind of promising. So I think this is like 95%, 90%. Yep. All right. Are we talking like full on nosedive? Because that'll be different than like a runway crash. Either way though, presumably kind of low. So maybe like a sub 5% survival rate. 96%. No shot that's real. Wow. Okay. I guess flying's safe. Car crash is probably more fatal than that though. I'm assuming you'll live like 75% of the time, assuming you're going like an average speed. No, 90%. All right. This is all promising. Heart attack definitely depends on the severity of it, but I'd say most people survive, probably like 60%, 70%, all right? I know shark attacks aren't usually fatal, and there's like 5 per year or something ridiculously low. This is probably like 95% survival, 90%, okay? And then a nuke, like at the epicenter, this has to be 0. I'm sure like maybe a random person like here and there could survive. 0.00001%. Alright, but there's a chance. These are some of the craziest animal world records. So the tallest dog is a Great Dane named Zeus, who is 7 feet 4 inches tall when standing on his hind legs, while an Australian cattle dog named Bluey is the oldest dog ever at 30 years old. Jonathan the tortoise is the world's oldest known living land animal at 187 years old, although Ming the ocean quahog clam is the oldest sea animal at 507 years old. Blue whales are the largest animals to ever exist, weighing over 200 tons and 24 meters in length, and sperm whales are the loudest animals with top clicks of 230 decibels, which is louder than a jet engine. Proportionally, the strongest animal is the dunge beetle, which can pull 1,100 times its weight, with the strongest overall being the African bush elephant, which also happens to be the largest land animal. The most venomous fish is the stonefish, and the most venomous animal overall is a box jellyfish, which can kill you instantly upon stinging you. The fastest land animal is the cheetah, reaching top speeds of 60 miles per hour, while the fastest sea animal is a sailfish, which can go up to 70 miles per hour. And finally, the fastest animal overall is the peregrine falcon, which reaches dive speeds during hunting of 240 miles per hour. That's crazy. These are the most common lies, so let's see if you're guilty of any of these. So the average person tells about 3 lies per day, with men 2 times more likely to lie than women. A majority of lies are told as a result of fear of punishment and to protect ourselves from harm or reprimand, which is why bosses are typically lied to disproportionately about 56% of the time from their subordinates. Friends and romantic partners are effectively lied to once per day, so don't trust anybody. And these are generally white lies in the form of disingenuous compliments to avoid hurting somebody's feelings. 2/3 of people exaggerate their personal accomplishments, which is one of the most common things to lie about, and close behind it is reading the terms and conditions, which a majority of people admit to lying about reading. In terms of actual sentences, 30% of people have admitted to saying, "I didn't see your call/message," which ranks fairly highly, although "I'm on my way" is even more deceptive, with about 35% of people claiming to have lied about that. But the most common lie that nearly 85% of people have admitted to telling is "I'm fine." Pretty cool, right? Is it a cult? And we'll define a cult as like a blind following without any historical context to it. Yes. I don't mind CrossFit, but it's undeniably like an either you're in or you're out club. People take it very seriously, almost obsessively. Veganism I don't think is like an all-out cult. I think there's consideration that goes into it for the most part, so I respect it. Well, this entirely depends. Some of the stands for like singers and stuff, I mean, it can definitely get a bit crazy. Same with creators too. I think most low-key are. MLMs, absolutely. I think out of all these so far, this is the most textbook definition of a cult. It's such a weird ecosystem. Everyone's like brainwashed and convinced it's not a pyramid scheme. 100%. This is really bad. People just like blindly supporting their political party. Most people attached to politics are like effectively cult members for sure. Costco? Nah, they just got good deals. I feel like if you're getting like some clearly defined value, then it becomes like less cultish. Scientology definitely is. Although I've never actually met somebody in it, so this is just kind of like going off of what I hear. And then, I would say no, because the incentives are clear. It's just profit. These are some signs you're going to die soon, so hopefully you don't see any of these. So black is associated with negative, like seeing a black butterfly or a rogue black cat, as are birds and beetles. So if these things come across your view anytime soon, then you might want to lay low for a while. Similarly, if you randomly come across a feather on the ground, it can be that of an angel, implying that your time is coming soon. If you've recently come across a doppelganger, then there's a chance that that's another dimension of you looking at you in your final moments. And if you see a comet in the sky, there's a disproportionately higher chance that you'll fall ill or succumb to a natural disaster. Hearing 3 knocks without a visible call is thought to be a supernatural signal from the spirits, usually accompanied by the Grim Reaper, which is also why if you hear footsteps when you're home alone, you're probably not home alone. If you come across more than one funeral procession in a single day, it's thought that that's a sign that yours will come next, and if a bird flies into your home, you might as well pack it up because it's believed to have carried a message from the spirit world. And finally, if you ever witness a clock stopping, particularly a grandfather clock, your time is probably running out soon too. So stay safe out there. These are the most ridiculous things billionaires spent their money on. So the Sultan of Brunei spent $45,000 to travel to his barber in a private cabin to ensure he didn't interact with other passengers. He also spent $20 million on a 24-karat gold-plated Rolls Royce to add to his $5 billion car collection, which features 7,000 different cars. A sheikh from the UAE spent $22 million carving his name on a private island so it can be seen from space, while Steve Cohen, a hedge fund billionaire, bought a 14-foot tiger shark preserved in alcohol, costing him $11.5 million. Clive Palmer spent millions of dollars cloning dinosaur DNA in hopes of recreating them. However, that ended up failing, and so he commissioned hundreds of robotic dinosaurs instead. While Yuri Milner of Russia recently funded a $153 million 10-year search for alien life, which is actually expected to have some major breakthroughs in the coming years. Cecil Chow from Hong Kong offered $180 million to any eligible bachelor who could turn his lesbian daughter straight. The offer still stands. And finally, Pablo Escobar reportedly once burned $1 million in cash to keep his daughter warm while they were on the run. That's money. These are the craziest celebrity lookalikes. So a TikToker named Ashley Leachin looks like Taylor Swift, who even commented on her video letting her know that her mom saw this and she said that she looks like you. Another TikToker named Rodney Peterson went viral for looking like Logan Paul, and he was even choked out by Nate Diaz in a street fight and even dabbled in influencer boxing. Izzy Famous, aka Fake Drake, is a shorter, stockier version of Drake, complete with the same exact haircut and crispy voice. He was actually recently hit though with a cease and desist letter because Drake found this doppelganger to be too unflattering. An Iraqi construction worker named Bawar Abdullah looks squarely like Ronaldo, while an Iranian man named Reza Paratesh looks squarely like Messi, although he actually ended up going to jail for baiting 50 women into relationships by stating that he was the actual Messi. A TikToker named Siggy Bay doubles as Zendaya and has even shut down New York City from posing like the actress, while another TikToker named Paige Neiman does her best to replicate the look of Ariana Grande, making her career out of her likeness. And finally, this Justin Bieber doppelganger looks so good that Yes Theory got the entire internet to believe that Justin Bieber actually didn't know how to eat a burrito. Pretty cool, right? This is one of the smartest animals in the world, Limbani the chimpanzee, and I'm about to train him to watch YouTube shorts. So I flew down to Miami to meet this amazing animal, excited to spend some time with it, but he wasn't really a fan of me at first, charging at me multiple times at both me and my friends. Eventually though, we started chilling and I gave Limbani my phone, at which point he started taking selfies and going on Netflix and looking up other things, which was honestly really cool to witness. Afterwards though, I had Limbani sit down to watch a curated playlist of shorts, including popular videos like Skibbity Toilet, Mr. Beast videos, and I Show Speed clips to see what his reaction would be to each of them. While he didn't actually seem to care too much about the brain rot content, or my videos, he did seem to really like Speed and Kai Cenat, and he even enjoyed the GTA 6 trailer, which, to be fair, he's been waiting on it too. And after showing Limbani dozens of videos, I showed him one final video to see what he thought, and let's just say, it really got him excited. Limbani is truly amazing, so shout out to the whole team down there.